Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Mari. I'm one of the librarians at Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine, and I'm here today to read you two picture books. They're both by Robert Munsch, and we're going to start with this one. It's called Get Out of Bed. It's written by Robert Munsch, but it's illustrated by Alan and Lea Daniels. You can see the title page, the dedication page. In the middle of the night, when everyone else was asleep, Amy went downstairs. She watched The Late Show, The Late Late Show, The Late 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 Show, The Early 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 Show, and finally she went to bed because she was feeling somewhat tired. The next morning, everyone came to the breakfast table except Amy. "Where's Amy?" said her father. "Where's Amy?" said her brother. "Amy is asleep," said her mother. "I have called her 5 times and she is still asleep. What are we gonna do?" "No problem," said her brother. "I can get her up." Amy's brother ran up the stairs and yelled as loudly as he could, "Amy!" Amy snored. "Shoo, shoo. Be late for school," he said. "See if I care." "Well, I know what to do," said Amy's father. He walked up the stairs and said in his sternest father voice, "Amy, if you do not get out of bed this instant, I am going to be very mad." Amy snored. Shoo, shoo. He went back downstairs and told Amy's mother, "Your daughter will not get up." "Well, I have something that works sometimes," she said. She ran up the stairs, stood Amy up on her feet, and said very nicely, "Amy, please wake up." Amy fell over and went to sleep on the floor. Shoo, shoo. Her mother ran back downstairs and said, "I can't get her up. I can't get her up." "Oh no," said her father, "I have to go to work." "Oh no," said her brother, "I have to go to school." "I have to go to work too," said her mother, "but what are we going to do with Amy?" "Let's take her to her school in her bed," said her brother. Amy's mother and father looked at each other and said, "Good idea." So they put Amy back into her bed and picked it up. Then they walked out the front door, down the street, around the corner, through the schoolyard, and into the school. They put the bed down in the back of the classroom and left. Later that day, the principal came in and said, "What is going on here?" "I don't know," the teacher said. "It's Amy. She will not get out of bed." "No problem," said the principal. She walked over and yelled at Amy as loudly as she could. "Wake up!" Amy still snored. Shoo, shoo. "I give up," said the principal. So the teacher taught reading, and Amy didn't wake up. And the teacher taught arithmetic, and Amy didn't wake up. They went to gym, and Amy didn't wake up. They went out for recess, and Amy didn't wake up. They had lunch, and Amy didn't wake up. They had art, and still Amy didn't wake up. Finally, it was time to go home. "Call the mother, call the father," yelled the principal. "Get this kid out of here." So Amy's mother came from work, and her brother came from school, and her father came from work, and they picked up Amy's bed, carried it home, and all had dinner except Amy. Amy was asleep. Shoo, shoo. "If she never gets up," said her brother, "can I have her room?" But the next morning, Amy did get up. She ran downstairs and said, "Oh, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in years." "Nice to see you," said her mother. "Did you have a nice sleep?" "Wonderful," said Amy, "but I had strange dreams." Then her mother went to work, and her father went to work, and Amy and her brother went to school. At the door of the school, the principal said, "Good morning, Amy. How are you today?" "Wonderful," said Amy, "but I had strange dreams last night." "I bet," said the principal. Then Amy walked into her classroom, and everyone snored. Shoo, shoo. The end. That's a pretty funny book, wasn't it? All right, so the next book that we're going to read is another book that is by the same author, Robert Munsch, but it's illustrated by Michael Martchenko. And it is called Andrew's Loose Tooth. You can see the title page where you can see Andrew and an apple with a bite out of it. Have you had any loose teeth yet? When Andrew came downstairs, there were 3 big red apples in the middle of the table. And even though he had a loose tooth, he decided to try an apple. So he reached out, picked up an apple, shined it in his shirt, and took a bite and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, Mommy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." Stuck, there we go. Andrew's mother opened up his mouth and looked inside. "Ooh, ooh, ooh," she said. "It is a loose tooth. I know what to do." She took a hold of the tooth with both hands and she pulled as hard as she could. But the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," she said, "I just can't get that tooth out. Why don't you try another apple? That might make your tooth come out." So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, and took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Daddy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." So Andrew's father opened up his mouth and looked inside. "Ooh, ooh, ooh," he said, "it is a loose tooth. I know what to do." He got a big pair of pliers and took hold of Andrew's tooth. Then he put his foot on Andrew's nose and pulled as hard as he could, but the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," he said, "this tooth is stuck. Why don't you try another apple? Maybe that will make your tooth come out." So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much that I can't even eat my apple." So they called a dentist. The dentist came in a shiny black car. He opened up Andrew's mouth, looked inside, and said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, it is a loose tooth. I know what to do." He got a big long rope and tied one end to Andrew's tooth. Andrew said, "I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do. You're going to tie the end of the rope to the door, and then you're going to slam the door." "No," said the dentist. "I'm going to tie it to my car." Oh, boy. He tied the other end of the rope to his car and drove away as fast as he could. When he got to the end of the rope, the whole car fell apart. The dentist stood there holding his steering wheel. Then Andrew's mother and his father and the dentist all said, "Andrew, Andrew, the tooth will not come out. You just cannot eat your breakfast." Andrew sat out in the front yard looking very sad. His best friend, Louis, came along and said, "Andrew, what's the matter?" "Oh," said Andrew, "my mother can't get this tooth out, and my father can't get this tooth out. The dentist can't get this tooth out, and I can't eat my breakfast." "Ooh, ooh, ooh," said Louis, "I know what to do." Louis went to Andrew's house and called the Tooth Fairy on the phone. The Tooth Fairy roared up right away on a large motorcycle. Andrew looked at the Tooth Fairy and said, "If you think you're going to use that motorcycle to pull out my tooth, you are nuts." "What do you think I am?" said the Tooth Fairy. "A dentist?" She pulled Andrew's tooth with one hand and the tooth did not come out. She pulled Andrew's tooth with 2 hands and the tooth did not come out. She got a large hammer off of her motorcycle and clanged Andrew's loose tooth. The hammer broke into 2 pieces, and the tooth still did not come out. "Incredible," said the Tooth Fairy. "This is the first tooth ever that I can't pull out. I guess you just can't eat your breakfast." "Hold it," said Louis. "I have an idea." Louis went into Andrew's house and got a pepper shaker. Then he pushed back Andrew's head and sprinkled pepper up Andrew's nose. Andrew went, achoo! And sneezed that tooth all the way across town. But the tooth fairy still got her tooth. You can see Andrew and Lewis eating all of those apples. So many that they covered up Andrew's little sister. And that's the end of that book. So thank you for joining me while we read 2 Robert Munsch books. And I hope to see you again soon. Once again, my name is Sarah Mari. I'm one of the librarians at Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine. See you later.